It's the season now to look, smile, and love each other. And there at the Workers' Club, you're doing just that.
The Workers Club.
It's a real sickness working out that much, isn't it? Do you agree that even if you went to a gym,
gallon of water by you at all times,
even if you go to a gym, your goal should just be to feel good and be healthy, right?
Yeah. Well,
isn't it weird to be that obsessed with?
Did
how you look?
Paul ever explain in his book why he does it, other than he just always liked that look?
If you use these principles in life, you'll be just as successful.
Oh, that's right. He'll also idolize weird guys. Like, what was the one guy that he was like obsessed with that like sells real estate now in New Hampshire? What's that his name?
I don't remember.
Oh, Himmler.
Oh, that was wonderful.
Himmler. I was like, was that his name? Himmler? Goebbels? I can't remember. What was that guy's name? With the blonde flat top. He was like, that guy was the man.
Was the Boz?
Was it Boz?
I don't know.
Didn't he like Boz? Who liked Boz?
No, it was a guy in the gym.
Is that a guy, Boz? Is that somebody?
Boz is a guy, but I don't remember him figuring into wrestling.
He liked that guy, and he liked the one guy.
Somebody liked the Boz.
Who didn't?
He kind of did like the Vince Russo, where he's like, I'm not racist. My favorite bodybuilder is what's his name?
The black guy. See, that's who I remember him talking about. Ronnie, right? Isn't it Ronnie?
Yeah,
Ronnie Coleman or Ronnie Hawkins. I don't know.
Ron Hawkins, wasn't that like a relief pitcher? Or am I thinking of Latrell Hawkins?
I think you're thinking of Raleigh Fingers.
Oh, I'm in a hole. I'm already -5.
I think you're thinking of Ray King. Was that his name in the Angels?
Catfish Hunter.
Just remember, I owe my life to Dennis Eckersley.
You owe your life? You're choking on a hot dog and he ran into the stands and gave you the Heimlich?
I went to his rehab.
Oh. Is it mustache? Is it about mustache?
Oh, man,
There's pictures of him in the hall.
With his wig.
The amount of cocaine that these team must have gone through. Ricky. Oh, man. You got some Alzheimer's.
Is he still sober?
Yeah, he's still. They do like a golf outing. He comes to once a year. He got sober in the late 70s, though. He missed the whole season drinking.
Wow!
In between playing for Cleveland and somebody else.
Huh. I'll comment on it. Cherry ice water. Is that correct?
Limeade, cherry limeade.
Limeade. Cherry limeade ice water. Should we say that we're not on Twitter anymore? We're on Blue Sky?
We're on both, but I no longer fear reprisal on Twitter, so I'm just going to do something to get,
Did you put on Twitter, we're moving to Blue Sky. We're migrating like everyone else. Boo.
So much fun. So much fun. So positive.
It is.
All the best people are there.
It's incredibly positive. And not everybody.
Don't tell the troll accounts, though.
Oh, shoot. Great. Now Colin's going to go over on Blue Sky.
Is Mark Madden on Blue Sky? Have we gotten his ass yet?
Wow. Good. See, that's the thing. I'm trying to be nice, so I'm not even going to do what I used to do on Twitter every time I got a new account. It was Sean Ross Sapp, right?
We've all seen this story. We know how the story ends.
I'm being nice. Sean's popping up in the feed. I'm not saying anything.
Oh, he's on Blue Sky?
He's on Blue Sky.
Yeah, of
I'll
course he's on
say
Blue
something.
Sky.
Give me
That's the most Sean thing in the
account.
I once again have otaku access, which is very exciting. He's on Blue
Oh,
Sky.
Oh boy. Can we get an interview? That's the question.
How's
He's
he feeling
elusive.
post? Yeah, is he having trouble going up to women?
Well, you saw
That was-
now that Trump's president, it's going to make things so much harder to get laid. You don't agree? Women are going to be all uppity now.
Yeah, I mean, that's we gotta think when we vote. You know, you gotta think about the repercussions. Is there anything
Women
else
would have
to
been so
dispute?
happy with Kamala winning that they'd just be throwing it at us.
Probably.
Maybe
I mean,
that's
I
logic.
haven't gamed it out, but let me think about it. Is there anything?
Or maybe
that's
he. I'm sorry to.
No, go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, this is what
Maybe he's
Gus
worried
said.
about the
Yeah.
abortion issue, and he's just, very aware, and that's why things.
Well, he doesn't
might
have
be
to
more
walk up.
dire.
He doesn't have to walk up to the woman and go, "I voted for Trump, and so I've
You
taken
know what
away
he does?
your
He
rights."
walks up to them, shakes their hand, and says, "I'm sorry."
That might work. Has he ever thought about that? Going, just walking around with a Kamala T-shirt on.
I don't
Kamala.
mean socially. I mean literally the repercussions of it being easier to get an abortion, meaning less casual sex. Maybe that's the game.
I think he meant it the other way. I think he meant that they're going to be withholding. And
It's going to be Liz Estrada. You never
look,
read
first
that?
of all, I don't want to be mean. I'll start by saying that I don't want to be mean. I don't think whatever administration is running the country really affects his outlook one way or the other. As far as
If
women are
anything, I
concerned.
could see Trump. The incel crowd kind of goes that way, don't they?
Well, we can't call them incels anymore because that
The-
hurt their feelings. And
Oh, I didn't know that.
yeah, no, it's our fault for calling them incels, and young men, pussies, are feeling very
It's hard.
isolated and not respected. So you can't call them incels.
Boy, they better not work at where I work. That's one of the marketing tool people come.
Well,
with.
you're driving all these voters to Trump, man.
I might have bullied some people into Trump accidentally. I apologize. That's on me. Sorry.
If we did an Andrew Yang type universal income, but universal P word for a woman, would that be a popular policy?
Yes, you're talking about a Jordan Peterson assigning women mates to everyone, no matter what. They have no say in it.
Yes,
It's a lottery. Otaku listening, nodding. Finally.
He's made a video about that before.
Oh yes. Why don't they?
He thinks the
assign?
government should do this. Absolutely.
Why?
I'll find it for you.
Well, you know what?
Because nice guys like him, women just want these asshole guys. They don't like nice guys.
These are questions I want to talk to him about. What makes him a nice guy? You know?
What makes somebody an asshole in his eyes?
Listen, I was a borderline nice guy for like my early 20s, so I can speak with experience.
Oh wait, no, do not speak for me.
I won't.
Oh, shut up! Like
I've never been a nice guy. I've never once held the door open.
No, not in that.
Oh.
Just the
respect.
attitude of, not getting any and blaming it on women.
Like,
not
oh
liking
man,
nice guys.
like I hang out with her all the time, and
No,
take
never
him to
been-
like
no.
Chili's and like.
No friend zone for me. No, you gotta be. You gotta be mean. You guys don't know this one.
I was a late bloomer.
I'm a consistently
terrible
mean
self-esteem.
person. I've always had a gigantic ego. I didn't say it was warranted. I didn't say it was. But, let's go. Oh, do we have anything else? Has Vince said anything dumb?
I haven't seen
Has
any.
Brett?
Despite all those interviews he's been doing, I haven't seen any Russo news.
Yeah,
I know.
Pritchard's MIA, Hayes is MIA. It's fine. Don't ask questions. You're an asshole if you ask questions.
Cornette kind of, or Brian might have intimated that Hayes was rehab.
Yeah, I figured. That's not shocking.
The Eckersley rehab? The
I wish.
Eckersley?
I wish.
So they're going to put his picture up next to Eckersley. Look at these two fine men. Wow. Rehab, huh? Allegedly.
I mean, the guy's, got a
Of what,
history.
saying the hard R?
No, but being a drunk.
Oh, okay.
Remember
The
they
other
made him
one's-
take that stuff that makes you sick if you drink. They made him take it.
No, I've never heard that story. Is that from Brian Goodwords? Did we do?
No, I think that's pretty well acknowledged.
Mm.
Didn't
Pretty
he?
well.
Yeah, I think
It's
like
in the
multiple
public
people have
sphere.
confirmed that.
I mean, I've seen him at Ric Flair's wedding. He wasn't taking it then because he was not. I mean, he was going to throw up and up from the medicine.
You can drink through it, actually.
Wow. You just keep powering through.
Red Street, Atlanta, GA.
Let's see. Are we at chapter 19? Putting myself over.
Oh, let's see.
This will be a test. Ian, join Blue Sky.
No, it's
Ian Douglas. Join Blue Sky. Come with us.
it's 20, chapter 20. Because
We
got
did
that's,
chapter 19?
yeah, that's just his first promo, right? And he doesn't say anything. There's nothing in the fucking chapter. Chapter 20 is where we left off.
Colin, is he lying?
All he said, I just listened to the show today. Russo
Oh.
says, my promo was pretty good, even though I was nervous. He's just blowing himself.
Oh, and the vets aren't listening to him?
Yeah,
Uh,
and Eric won't give him notes before the show, only after the show,
right.
and he has a problem with that.
DDP goes with Eric. Oh, we did too. Yeah. Kidman goes with Russo. Yes, because he calls Jarrett Young, a young guy that goes with Russo. Yeah. All right, chapter 20: Brainwashing the Nature Boy's son. I'd be lying if I didn't admit to being concerned. I'm just reading a note in the Discord. Okay. I'd be lying if I didn't admit to. I disagree.
Is that who that is?
No, but if you look her up,
Okay, yes, certainly will.
I'd be lying if I didn't admit to being concerned with how the top guys at WCW were going to view me. And he says that it's Hulk Hogan and Ric Flair that were on his mind. Let's see. It was vital for him to make a good impression on them. He's a mark
already
for them
said
both.
this.
Yes,
He
he's
didn't
going
write
to
the
recap.
book in 3-month increments. He might remember that. He already had the Hogan on chapter on Hogan where he says all this, right?
Yeah, I said.
Yeah.
I wrote what kind of guy is this? What am I talking about? Don't blame them. What am I talking about? Don't blame them. I came in with the reputation of being an advocate for the younger talent. And I knew Hogan and Flair's role needed to change for their own longevity. And remember, too... Oh, I wrote, my memory is fine, Vince. I don't know if I should be saying that. I never remember anything we read. And remember, too, I was watching WCW prior to jumping, and at times it was painful as a fan to see my heroes trying to legitimately compete when they were mere shells of themselves. Again, I don't put any blame on them, but on those who were booking them.
I think I have a problem with this.
What?
And Gus is the perfect guy to ask.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about Flair's usage in '99?
It's all over the place. I mean, they've got him in the nut house. They've got him as the president.
But he's never right. Russo's acting like he's wrestling in tights again every week, and he's really
not at all. Yeah, he's barely. I can't remember actually. I don't think I've seen him wrestle on TV in months, and I'm like in August right now. So
right.
Oh, I remember here. I do have that note. Like these, he's talking about them like they're ancient, and I have their ages at that time down. Hogan is 46, Flair is 50, Savage is 47, and he's acting like they're just these dinosaurs. Yeah, I think he might even reference dinosaur, and they all go on to have like careers in another 10 years more.
Not Savage, but
Not Savage, but like they all had like Hogan still has Rock at WrestleMania like in the future. Ric Flair has another run when Triple H passes him a vial.
Wow. Might have to call Cornette's lawyer. That's
you know what? Take us to court. Laws don't fucking matter anymore. Come out as cucks.
Paul will have to prove that he doesn't do growth to win.
And we do that by setting the HGH
how does Ric Flair word it? He says that he had a conversation with Hunter about how he needed to remember who he was, and then also he started to sing a new doctor.
Oh, I never heard that.
Something like that got him on a regiment. And like,
if you look at his debut at Rumble 2002 when he comes over, and by the end of the year, his face when he debuts is old Ric Flair, and by the end it's that bloated mess we've had ever since. And where his face just got round.
Yeah.
A strip mall in Tampa has a doctor.
Oh, I figured out yes, it does. I figured out the one note here. He says Hogan without guys like Hogan and Flair, guys like me wouldn't exist. And I said, what kind of guy is that? Don't blame them. What is Vince when he says a guy like me? What does that mean? A wrestling writer? A thing that doesn't exist?
A wrestling fan.
I guess. So yes, he goes. What is he? Oh, nice. Disco. Oh, it's fine. I think that's the nicest thing we've said so far. You're a wrestling dork.
Yeah.
I'm sure he would come back with, you guys are the one reading my book and recording. Touche. Let's see. He says Disco told him a story at WCW before Vince arrived. He said that Eric had booked a match between Hogan and Randy Savage because, and I quote, I want Hulk and Randy to recreate some of that old magic.
No, I think you just saw that one too. No?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I wrote all these down because I think he confuses episodes. But did you watch July 12th? Is that what you watched? Yeah.
I mean, Russo's not even telling the story himself. He's saying Disco told me this.
Yes.
So, who knows what the fuck?
Well, he goes, he gets all, because here he goes. He goes, now I ask you, he says, can Pete Rose go out there tomorrow and go 3 for 4?
Probably.
3 runs scored and a stolen base? Well, I wrote in 2010 when he's writing this, Pete Rose is 69. No. Yes, of course the answer is no.
And you know what?
If
Pete Rose, what about the Nippon Ham Fighters or one of the JBL leagues?
No, but Pete Rose played till he was like 45 anyways. So that kind of nullifies his point. Yeah.
Time doesn't stand still. And he says the night that Eric Bischoff booked Hogan Savage, which would have been July 12th, he says that WWF booked, which would have been him, he says the Mean Street Posse versus Pat Patterson and Jerry Briscoe, directly opposite them at the same time. And I wrote, no, that was Ric Flair versus DDP, that show.
Oh, okay.
May 3rd. That's when I had to look up, when did this match, the Chip Briscoe and Patterson versus the Main Street Posse.
Well, wasn't it Briscoe-Patterson evening gown match? I think he's mistaken.
You think it's that he's talking about?
Let me look up. What's the date of...
May 3rd was the one... Well, Hogan Savage was July 12th. I have Test versus Mean Street Posse on that night. On the night of the July 12th, Hogan versus Savage. The only Mean Street Posse match is against Test. I didn't look to see if Briscoe and Patterson were on there.
I'm sorry. May 12th?
July 12th.
July 12th, okay. Let's go.
Now he's going to say, before you start thinking, hey, wait a minute, you're complaining about Hulk and Flair and Savage, who are all in their 40s.
Thank you.
and comparing them to Patterson and Briscoe, who are older than that. He says fans weren't supposed to take them seriously, though. They're buffoons.
Yes, correct.
So there you go.
Okay, July 12th. Well, there. Oh yeah, Test defeats the Mean Street Posse. I see you there. Yeah, I don't see the evening count match. I don't know when that was.
Well, they did do a 3-4. What does that say? 3-4 to 6-4, 5-9 to 3-4. Yeah. So he says McMahon's Goons doubled the rating of that magical match between Hogan and Savage. Oh, I was like, didn't really double it, but okay. Again, let me make this perfectly clear. Got it? Not the fault of the talent. Oh, I did write a long note about this. I really can't stand this. How do you not edit this out? It's a negative. It's not style. It's voice. But readability needs to be taken into account. This is a long-ass note.
Readability needs to be taken into account.
Which sentence don't you like here?
Again, let me make this perfect. Because I started reading like how many times he starts a paragraph with again, and now remember this. And, you know, the way just he writes as he talks, and that's fine. If stylistically it's working, it's readable. But the point here was it becomes such a grind that if you're the editor, you got to cut all this out and just make it real clear. Okay, I'm back.
Yeah, you're glitching.
I'm seeing a little bar on my Wi-Fi. Let's see here. So he wants to make this clear. Not the fault of the talent. It's the fault of the bookers. Week after week, I would witness Ric Flair come to the ring with his shirt off, and let's just say it wasn't the most appealing look. Again, this is where I got it, because he says 3 agains and a man in one paragraph. Again, let me make this perfectly clear. Again, at his age at that time. Again, what else could my motive have been? Man, as a baseball fan. Back it up. Again, at the age, at the time, who's going to look like Batista? It's the laws of gravity. Heck, I'm 47 years old, and I die and work out, and I got a jelly roll around my waist the size of a Michelin snow tire. I wrote liar under I die and work out. At this time. I think now he's trying because he's got diabetes.
He goes up the stairs every few days. It's fine.
That doesn't count. It's clambering out of the dungeon.
Again, Russo's so weird about the bodies.
Yeah,
he's very.
Well, it's a body business.
It is.
But the thing with Ric Flair though, I never thought of it like that. It was like, oh man, he's the greatest of all time. He's still gonna fuck you up. He's the dirtiest player in the game.
Yeah.
I mean, Jericho though, I definitely get that with Jericho currently. It's a case by case basis. You have to.
It is.
Has he talked about Sting at all? Vince Russo? Sting's there, right? During all this?
My brother in Christ.
Yeah, he hasn't talked about him yet. That's weird.
So neither
Sting's on the cover of the fucking book.
It's like if Vince Russo and TNA walk up to him and go, "Hi, Vince Russo," and he's like, "Yeah, I know." I'm aware. It's an honor to work with a legend like you, Sting, bro.
You made it possible.
You should have been there. You would have helped WCW out. They told me that you were unavailable. He's like, I was in the locker room. I was at the last Nitro. Man, as a baseball fan. Okay, so yes, he goes, okay, because he goes, neither individual buys it. As a fan, I want to protect them from themselves. And he's like, hey, I'm trying to protect these guys from themselves, and they're turning away from me. They're not agreeing. Like, what's the point of me? Believe me. You got to believe me. He goes, man, as a baseball fan, that's the equivalent of not liking Joe DiMaggio or even Babe Ruth for that matter. Okay.
I know.
So he thinks Flair needs to be fixed. So what was going to happen was to put him on the shelf for a period of time. That's
Again,
the first
he,
thing.
he's already talked about this.
That was the objective of the filthy animal beatdown in the desert. Ironically, is this ironic, Larry? He was crafting Ric Flair's return when Billy Bones decided on the company's change in direction.
Yeah. Remember? It was going to be Piper, Flair, and Hogan coming back to face the NWO.
How do you feel about him using the word
whole
crafting?
chapters. Well, I mean,
He's crafting. Hogan and Flair's characters still needed to be refreshed for 2000. This is one where he talks about being a promo. I remember the first promo clearly. He's talking about his promo against Flair.
Yeah, I don't know why he jumps. Yeah, I don't know.
I remember saying that Ric Flair was the... And he puts a bunch of symbols on the bottom of my shoe. How do I remember it? Because I knew all those smart fans out there would believe every word I was saying. I knew that they would buy into the fantasy that I was shooting on Ric Flair and that I had legitimate heat with him. I said, you just did a whole paragraph how they didn't like you. And that why wouldn't they like me? My only motive was to help. And now you're saying I was fake shooting. All the fans believed that he really didn't like me.
God, he's playing to such a small crowd in 99.
Exactly. Who knows about shooting in 99?
Man, just writing that last line cracks me up. I'll repeat that last line. I knew that they would buy into the fantasy that I was shooting on Ric Flair and that I had legitimate heat with him. So Vince is laughing.
So you're targeting like a tenth of the audience, and that 10%'s not even going to 100% like what you're doing.
And most of them didn't. That was the funny thing. That's who he was booking for, and the internet didn't even like it.
Yeah, it was just like, this shit's dumb.
Hey, I got tickets to the wrestling show. Wow, what are we gonna go see? I've heard Ric Flair doesn't like Vince Russo in real, and I hear Vince is gonna shoot on him tonight.
Like, guys might throw out the script.
Vince Russo's throwing out the script. I got us 2 tickets, front row. Sometimes you can make the smartest fans believe anything. It's called good acting combined with better execution. It's as simple as that.
When did he do that?
I was going to say, if it's so simple, where's all your money, dog?
He loves
those blue chips. Dude, he says it later. He's like, I don't like to toot my own horn. A lot of this book is him being like, I killed that angle, and everyone believed I'm the best actor. The key cog to the Russo Flair story, Ric's son David. One of my weaknesses in the wrestling business is kowtowing to the younger talent. An even bigger Achilles heel is rolling over for second-generation wrestlers. It's so weird.
What a combo. I'll always defer to the people that know the least and these other guys that are like second runs, never really good amount.
Yeah, Nepo baby, step right up. Daddy Vinny's here for you.
Imagine admitting, look, you could say, oh, Eric got worked over by like a Nash or a Hogan, they're friends, but you know what I mean? As a booker, Eric got worked over, right, by certain people. Vince is saying he gets worked over by the discos of the world. But he wouldn't say. He's like, they're not working me for a spot. I just hire them all the time or want to hire them. Yeah. And then he wants to name 3 people who he greatly enjoyed working with over the years. It's David Flair, Eric Watts, and Dustin Rhodes.
Weird.
What? Eric Watts, David Flair, Dustin Rhodes. They just need a chance. Dustin Rhodes, let's put him aside. Eric Watts and David Flair just need... That's funny to group Dustin Rhodes in there. They're just second generation.
There's going to be a more egregious David Flair quote coming up, but remember Eric Watts when I was reading those 1997 ideas? Mm-hmm. He said in those that Eric Watts had elite potential.
Hi. Here's speaking of someone that has an elite potential.
Who are you talking?
What do you think? The worker. 10-4. Yes, Eric Watts is an elite talent.
Did you see that drop kick?
I mean, we'll probably talk about it later because he does, as Larry was saying, he talks about like David Flair, like where he saw David. Vince's eye for talent. Is he? I'm not sure. What's the prescription?
Anybody he likes personally.
Mm-hmm.
Because they treated him with respect.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, he says, I just gravitated to these guys. I think it was simply because I truly understood their plight. How difficult it was for all of them to fill the shoes of their fathers.
Oh my God.
Vince, what did your dad do? I think we find out later his dad just worked at a factory.
I was going to say, I'm sure you're going to say it was probably in the first book, but I'd love to know more about.
We get a little bit more on, was his dad's name Joseph?
Oh,
I can't remember.
Not even very Italian.
His dad's name was Mario
Antonio
Russo. Mario Antonio Russo. His mom's name was Carmela Tony. I keep forgetting his last name, Russo. Is he related to the Russo brothers that direct all the MCU movies?
I don't think
Is he like a distant cousin?
They're from the same part of the boot.
Yeah. Yeah. Is he visiting the sets? He gets to visit the sets and go, guys, this is cinema. This is just like what I did in TNA, bro.
What if the Hulk breaks character and starts cutting a promo on the writers? Says, I'm not going to do this.
Vince watching a Deadpool movie and he's breaking the fourth wall. He's like, he's looking at the box office receipts, going, I was ahead of my time. You gotta say that the movie watcher wants to know he's watching a movie. He knows he's watching a movie.
Let's not insult their intelligence.
Yes. Every character should look at.
This is pretend. It's fake.
And be like, do you know that this is Hugh Jackman from the other movies? They all had issues, all of them. But there's something else they had. Hearts of gold. To this day, it boggles Vince's mind when he's told about the negative tone that Ric Flair had towards him in his autobiography. Don't get him wrong. Hey, Vince also, before it gets too serious, Vince wants you to know, whoa. He's not looking for a standing ovation here. The truth is, I coddled his son like no other. I took care of David and put David center stage when others, even some on my own committee. Sometimes Vince does this thing where it's his committee, and other times when he doesn't really want to take all the hits, he's like, it was the booking committee that I was a part of. I was in it. I was forced to be in it. Right now, it's his own committee that are telling him, you should not push David Flair this hard. They didn't see anything in David. And I would like to think that Rick would have seen that and maybe even appreciated it. But I don't know if he ever did. And he's going to be honest again. Once again, he's going to be honest. He'll never understand that.
Hang on. Is it really taking care of him if you're putting him in a position to fail? Like, putting him on screen is bad for him.
I think that goes to what I think we talked about in another episode where Vince thinks anybody can just get over. It's just about getting on TV, and it is like
doing a crotch chop.
Yeah, or just being a character on TV. Like if you just, I think he sees it like a TV show, like he was saying, where he's like, "This is the cast of characters. This is it."
Yeah.
Let's see. And he wants to be crystal clear here again. He didn't do any of this for Rick, even though he wants Rick to appreciate it. He doesn't want a standing ovation. He just wants Rick to appreciate what he did for David. And he didn't do it for Rick, though. He did it for David. In my eyes, he was deserving. He had a terrific attitude and was extremely respectful.
That's all anyone could ask.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
it's not. When a talent, that shouldn't even matter.
Well, yeah, I wrote but he sucks, and everybody knows he sucks. So it's
Yeah.
just who is nice to Vince, and Vince likes that, and then Vince wants to work with that, which is fair. But
Yeah.
also, like, that's not what Vince McMahon had no issue pushing people. That
Nobody does that. You go with the person that, you know what I mean, is good. And if they're so good, it trumps their personal problems.
Correct.
So this is silly.
I think I was just talking about this with somebody.
To put it into Vince's terms, it'd be like signing the nicest guy from the minors and bringing him up to the majors, even if he's hitting 115.
Everybody remembers those nice guy Pistons. And everyone loved them and got along with them.
Remember when Anthony Rizzo was hitting like 098?
But he was respectful.
Shaking everybody's hand.
So David's going to be brainwashed by the evil New Yorker, and I think we've said this before, but it's true. Every time he writes New York or New York, he spells it Yawker, which makes me think more. Then I go back. I said, okay, fine, we'll give it to Vince. He actually does sound like that. Fine, okay. There's different parts of Long Island. I understand. But then he does this where he types it out like this, and I think it's a bit again, and that he's doing it on purpose.
The meteor.
Yeah, the meteor. How do you even? I'd be like, spell that. What you just said, spell it, Vince.
I had no idea.
Yeah, he does. Is he from Baltimore?
It's an East Coast thing because it's all from Old English. Because if you think about it, the English do the same thing. They put R's on A's, and with R's, they don't pronounce them at all.
Bro, you try to nail down my accent. It's impenetrable. It's you can't. Yeah,
He's it out.
He's I can't even understand how he would pronounce impenetrable. Nah, bro, I'm not saying that word.
I don't believe in penetration.
So I felt David was outstanding. Perhaps the best work he ever did in the wrestling business. Wasn't he in that group in TNA with him? Or was that somebody else?
Briefly.
Yep. God. Whoa.
Later he talks about how great and groundbreaking that is. Anyways.
I mean, he's wrong because the best thing, you know what the best thing David ever did in the business was, right?
Mm-hmm.
Getting beaten up by The Undertaker. I'm serious. That was
during the build-up. Yeah, in the build-up thing.
We're going to talk about Stacy.
Very serious. Well, okay, that would have been.
Yeah, I thought Larry was embracing living in a Trump America, and we're gonna get shock here. You know what the greatest thing he ever really did was talking about her legs. Remember when Vince McMahon did that whole segment where he's just ogling Stacy Keibler? That's the whole segment.
Dance for him.
Yeah, as his eyes bulge out of his head like a cartoon. Poor Jim Ross had to sit through a lot of that stuff and just be like...
Getting berated that he's not calling it correctly.
Yeah, express his disdain in little comments like, well, okay, back to wrestling. By the way, Vince says whether he ever wants to admit it or not, there's no question Rick was into the angle. Because his former wife Beth and younger son Reed, misspells Reed, also found themselves involved. At his suggestion.
Okay.
God, no wonder Rick hates Russo, like getting all the kids and the family on the road. Like,
Vince starts getting real wormy, I'd say, throughout these chapters we're going to start reading, where he's doing this like, why doesn't he like me? And he starts whining a little bit about different things like that and saying, and he's constantly going, I don't want to be mean. It's very passive aggressive. Like here, it was a family affair. One that I was hoping would bring Rick and David closer together. It's just weird. Like, what are we talking about? It's a wrestling. What are you doing? He's writing this now, and it's like even now it's even ickier. Just to be like, I was trying to bring a broken family to, or this family to. Ugh. Just be it's bad wrestling. It's just bad wrestling. Just give me like it sucked. I'm sorry. Put some conversations where people told you it sucked. Lean into it. I don't believe it ever amounted to that. Throughout the entire angle, he worked closely with Rick on everything. I always asked him what he wanted to do first.
Great.
The fact of the matter is, again, remember, I could care less what he says and thinks about me today. He says that a lot when we watch those interviews. I could care less.
Yeah, I know.
I know that I...
Here's a question. If you're Ric Flair, what the fuck would you even pitch to a Vince Russo? Well, let me work a program with Kurt Hennig. That means nothing to a Vince Russo. You know what I mean? He wants...
And also, this guy is pitching to you, we're putting you in a nursing home. You're wearing a soggy diaper. It's comedy.
What do you want to do?
Yeah. You're hitting on all the ladies. Right? He's like, okay. I'm going to brainwash your son. Did they ever figure out how... I mean, I didn't watch. How did Vince Russo brainwash David? Just from, like, telling him his dad's bad? That it?
I don't even remember.
Like,
that being
why
a
did he
huge
have
angle.
David? Yeah, did he have David's ear leading up? Was it something like slowly built?
They kind of do the same angle in '99. Remember when the NWO was trying to influence David?
Exactly.
So it's not even original.
I always asked him what he wanted to do first. I know that I treated him with utmost dignity and respect every day. And he's like getting to work with Ric Flair, was pitching batting practice to Willie Mays. And I don't think Rick ever realized that what the entire angle meant to me. I did right here, Punk would love Vince Russo. He's on a team. He's respecting the players. He's asking advice. Again, you could just feel that lack of trust. We talked about this. I can't believe Rick thought you would make him look like a goof. I can tell you now, while swearing on my kids in the process, that was never the case. Because he's saying that there was no trust. They felt like he was going to get one over on them. My motive was to learn. I wrote to connect a father and a son. To change it up, to repackage.
This is
How horrified would you guys be, like, if your coworker was like trying to manipulate your familial relations?
It's very bizarre. Very bizarre behavior.
It's psychotic.
Yeah.
What a weird thing too to say, Ric Flair. You're like, I'm really worried about you not liking me. What if I push your son? Does that make you like me?
If only he knew that that Rick hated David.
If only understood Ric Flair at his core of who he is and what fuels him. I'll tap into his familia. Since this book is based on 100% honesty, he wants to set the record straight. Nature Boy approached me with an idea. Vince, what if you shave my head? Now, even in the wildest imagination of Vince Russo, would that have never even have crossed my mind? And it says again, I would have never even thought of such a dastardly deed.
Who cares?
And he remembers adamantly trying to talk Ric Flair out of it, and he writes it again, adamantly.
I know that gets talked about as like a sacrilegious thing, but again, who gives a fuck? Hair grows back. What are we talking about here?
I read about it. Dave just did Dave just was like, well, they should have done it on a pay-per-view.
Yeah.
They got some buys out of it.
Sure.
But the truth is, he insisted. You can only imagine how shocked and surprised I was in his own book, in his own words, while taking yet another shot at me.
This was another thing. Rick's book was 2004. I remember because that was like the year I got back in, and they were doing a ton of DVDs and books. It was very much the era of the former WCW guys, like
shitting on WCW.
Getting receipts for the way they thought they were slighted. So a lot of that shit's very amplified at that time, I think. You had the Monday Night Wars DVD at that time. That was a whole rewrite.
Yeah.
So
he does, Vince. I mean, what do you think he reckons with this stuff? That now that they put out that WCW Death of WCW hit piece on him, essentially, and it was more of a, we'd call it a fixer upper for Eric Bischoff to kind of, hey, it wasn't his fault. Definitely wasn't his fault.
That's what you think it is?
The one that came out just now, that Vice put out?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the one that Vice put out, with the Rock made, was very, very forgiving to Eric Bischoff.
Yeah.
He
they didn't even interview me, or was he in that one?
He's in it, I think, because they blame him.
Okay.
They blame him a little bit. So he says, Rick took a shot at him in his book and said that the head shaving idea was his brainchild from the start.
Again, just who cares?
Well, he says he kind of keeps writing like he heard about this in his book, but then it's clear that he read at least this specific part.
Yeah.
You know what? I have to believe that people just forget. At the end of the day, this sentence killed me. I wrote fuck dumb. At the end of the day, people have differences. We have to. Because we are all different.
I'm going to put that on a magnet.
Yeah. At the end of the day, people have differences. We have to. Because we're all different. At the end of the day, does it again. Right back to back at the end of the day. No two people are going to agree. But the truth is, Vince loves starting out sentences with a few words, a comma, and then getting to his point. None of us are right, and none of us are wrong.
I completely...
It's just...
He's getting postmodern here.
He is.
It's just the way we see things.
There is no objective truth.
Oh, this is where I wrote, what a noodle of a person. He's just so noodly and wet. You're not going to get him. You're not going to get him. He's not mad. He's not happy.
Russo got a lot out of reading Chicken Soup for the Soul.
Oh, God. He did.
His wife kept wanting him to read it, and bro, it changed my life.
First he said, bro, this should be the Bible. He was like, what if there was this kind of thing but for wrestling? The truth is, they all have their opinions and I have mine. But to sit down at my keyboard and just blast them when they can't defend themselves? What's the point in that? I have been attacked in many, many books by many, many people. Many who don't even know me and who have never even met me in the case of the Who Killed WCW book. And I can only wonder if they feel good after what they did. Any hostile feelings I had left in my body a long time ago. That was just about the same time that God took over. How coincidental is that? He's never going to change the world, and he's never going to change the wrestling business, but can we all just be a little bit kinder? Don't you think that if that approach was taken, the world as a whole would just be a better place?
What a bore.
Well, I was like, Vince feels attacked when people say he sucks.
We haven't tried that. We haven't. Should we try that? Have we tried that yet?
Vince feels attacked when people say he sucked, and I was like, well, dude, Vince, explain to me. Explain to me. Why don't you suck? Tell me why you don't suck. Why? What merit your art has? Don't point at the... He waffles between it's art, it's not art, I'm just taking a paycheck, I'm just feeding the piggies, he's all over the place again. It's like, point to something and say, that's art. That's my art. My craft. I'm crafting. I'm writing. I'm in my own little world, as he says later.
It's art until you fail.
You make bad art. Vince, you make bad art. It's okay. Wear it. Do you want to take a break or do you want to get into chapter 21? There is no sick in wrestling.
Just like 30 seconds. I got to turn the oven on.
Okay. Okay.
We're
going.
This is such a stupid chapter.
Chapter 21, there's no sick in wrestling. Well, it makes clear why it took 2 years to write. You'd think it was because it took 2 years to write this, just so you know.
Listen.
Because he took another hiatus.
This is the chapter. I got sick, and Jeff Jarrett gave me a sick day. Vince wouldn't do that. Isn't he a bad guy? And we can move on.
I think that
it's an essay about that.
He spent 5 days flat on my back in bed. He has to go to Nashville to write TV with Jeff Jarrett and Dutch Mantel. In 17 years, he's never called in sick.
Because it's not a real job.
Yeah, that's...
Well, let me get down here. Let's see. Yeah,
I feel like even at my sickest, I could book a wrestling show. That's...
Sit in a room with Ed Ferrara and throw ideas at the wall.
Yeah, that's...
I had my bi-monthly Monday night flight to Denver to my work in Nashville. I get from my home in Denver to my work in Nashville. This journey is my ritual every 2 weeks. Oh, yeah, and then he gets a night's sleep, then he goes over to Jeff's house. And then they work on television for the next 2 days. Wednesday night, it hit me. I don't often get sick, but when I do, I usually take it much the same way an unsuspecting Wile E. Coyote takes an oncoming Acme anvil. God. Unaware? How do you...
I know.
Huh? Or is he talking about the pain of it? That he takes it hard? Okay.
Move on.
He's a good writer. He's from Indiana.
After 5 days of flu medications, egg drop soup, and Everybody Loves Raymond episodes.
God.
This might be the one.
I know.
What's in parentheses? Seasons 1 through 9 of which I owned on DVD. What?
It's the one where Deborah gets mad.
I was gonna write, does he have, I want to know, I said now I want to know Vince's opinions on when the wife got the enhancements. And they dedicate a whole episode to it.
I didn't know that.
Yes, the actress got, and so they wrote it into the show about like her decision to do it or not. Da da da.
Oh God.
Oh.
Man, those DVD box sets, like, pain in the ass. Every 4 episodes, you got.
Is King of Queens sitting next to that box set?
Oh, absolutely.
Do you think is he a Seinfeld guy?
Yeah, he's already referenced it, hasn't he?
Oh, he has.
Because the whole George Steinbrenner.
Yeah,
manager.
that's his. Yeah.
Bro, it's a show about. Have we done that already? It's a
What
show
if
about nothing.
What if the filthy animals reenact the bet?
Disco's out first for sure.
You know, Vince Russo could have done a Halloween as the Nazi soup guy. He could have. He's got the mustache and the hair, and he could have done it. Wear a little chef's outfit. No soup for you, bro. On Monday afternoon, my wife Amy kept insisting that I just didn't go. But he had to fly out because he knew after our writing sessions I'd have to fly out to the pay-per-view in Norfolk. Virginia. 2 days, and then 2 days of TV in Orlando. Ignoring her plea, I barked the line at her that Vince McMahon ingrained in my head through my 5-year slavery term. There is no sick. You know what? When you sit back and read that, I don't really think you're getting the significance. Well, I'm the dumb guy now. We're talking a sick day here. 250 days a year he works. The Vegas odds are that one of those days we're going to get sick. So what does a normal employee do? You pick up the phone, you call your boss, you tell him you're not coming in because you're sick. No big whoop. But Vince had melted his brain. You see, he didn't believe in being sick, Vince.
I'm not saying this in a woke way.
Uh-oh.
But calling your job slavery when it's a fucking office job? Get the
When
fuck
it's
out
like
of
at
here.
will employment that you're free to leave at any time that you're well compensated for, yeah, you're being a pussy.
Not even one that you're under contract for. You can leave whenever you want.
Exactly. Yeah, no, he's a bitch.
My wife is in the room, guys. My wife is in the room. My real wife. She chuckled.
Yeah, right.
Or does she chuckled? She's in. I'm not going to do that to her. I was going to comment on everything she was doing. That's one way to get to the basement. Let's see. Ignoring her pleas. Vince ignoring Amy's pleas. Vince, you're sick. I can hear you coughing all the way upstairs. So what does he say? Vince, yeah. And then he talks about Vince, that he gets mad when he sneezes. He doesn't believe that when he is sick, he no-sells it. It was the manly thing to do. And vacations, forget it. There were none. And
you only work
and then
once
he kept
a week,
talking about no
don't you?
vacations.
2 days, maybe?
No, it's 24/7. You're always on the clock with Vince. But I wrote, because he later talked about, later he's in the present, and he goes, I haven't had a vacation in X amount of years. Well, after WWE, why weren't you taking vacations?
And you work twice a month.
I know.
Your entire life is a vacation.
Then he says, Vince McMahon knows, and all he wants to know is the WWE. That is probably allegedly Vince named his sex toys after wrestlers, because that's all of his references. He's not going to name them anything else. That's what he knows.
Sure.
Wrestling. People were like, that's creepy. Well, what if that's all he knows? Yeah, it's creepy. But also, what if that's all he knows? What were you expecting him to call them? Like, names of football players? And he would only know the ones on WrestleManias.
Or from the 60s.
Was he following?
Because that's his TV. His TV references were always from the 60s as well.
Oh, okay. Right.
That's what they watched in the trailer in Havelock.
No wonder he thought he likes Vincent. Vincent and Brian, to him, are revolutionary because their TV references are slightly newer.
Yeah.
I haven't gotten around to that yet.
God damn,
Have you seen Married with Children?
Vince, you gotta check it out, bro. Al scratches himself. I was just about to drop through the floor with a noose around my throat at high noon. That's how he's feeling.
All right.
And he's sick, by the way. He just has the flu. So he calls Jeff finally. No problem, Vance. Just get yourself better. And he's like, wow, that's a man. Putting yourself before other people.
Meanwhile, Jeff is like, thank God I'm so sick of having to deal with this clown.
Jeff's probably thinking you're too sick to sit here and talk about, Abyss or whoever the fuck was on that roster at that time. Also, phones at that time exist. You can work from home. Why does he have to be in person? Be on speakerphone. You can still say ideas on phone.
I know. I thought about that too. I mean, I know this is 2008, but
is he punching in at Jeff's house? Does Jeff's house have like a time clock, and he has to do the old timey kunk?
Like the workplace hazards poster up in the living room.
I'm calling in, boss. I can't make it.
You got some PTO.
This is one of your sick days, Vince. You got to file with HR. Okay. Chapter 22.
All right, now we need to take like a 10-minute break.
Okay.
So
All right. And we're back. And it's chapter 22. Why does Bill Goldberg hate, or why does Bill Goldberg want to kill me? Can you guess? Could you, before you guys read the chapter, could you figure out maybe why Vince Goldberg would not like Bill Goldberg does not like Vince Russo?
Yeah.
I mean, he's
But then
given us a
again,
lot of evidence.
Goldberg didn't like most people though. So,
as I said, upon my arrival at WCW, I knew there'd be problems. But he knew he wasn't concerned with creative difficulties because he knew he had the talent to resolve those.
okay.
Okay. But political issues, wow, this is timely. I knew from the start I'd take a shellacking. You see, politics is the last thing I'm interested in. Even when the Hillary-Obama debates were going on, I could care less. In my opinion, it doesn't matter who the President of the United States is, nothing's ever going to change. It is what it is, and it'll always be that way no matter who's in charge. I wrote, why did he say Hillary-Obama debates? Is he talking about the Democratic primary, or did he think they were running against each other for president?
I'm guessing, well, when was the book? He was probably writing it during the...
it's leading up to 2012.
Yeah.
So just, he's so... Oh, wait.
Oh, he wrote that. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's published in 2010. That's right.
Yeah, it would have been topical.
But he thinks they're in a primary. They don't... Then he's like, it doesn't matter who's president.
He's not as dumb as you're trying to make him out to be.
He's not as dumb. Yeah. So if I hate...
It's still a weird touch point to, like, highlight. Like, even during the last election, like, you could say that, but only during the primary debates.
I think he's an old school guy. He's not going to vote for...
Is he watching the damn primaries?
Played Negro shoes.
What debates were he... What primaries was he actually paying attention to? He just says he doesn't like politics.
2008 is when the Democratic Party left Vince Russo.
Isn't Disco a real big Trump guy? Isn't Disco a huge Trump guy? But
mean,
Vince is not. Vince doesn't do anything.
I never see Russo do anything overtly political, but Russo, I mean, Cornette, I think, has said that Russo is a conservative.
Okay. Let's see here. What did I write here? Let's talk about Vince doesn't like, he has these words, these things that he loathes. Politics is one of them. So if I hate watching, reading, and talking about politics, you can imagine how much I loathe playing them.
It's basically the same thing, right?
And by politics, does Vince mean like basic human interpersonal relationships?
Yes.
Like politics is somebody saying that you suck, not to your face, and then you gotta address that. That's politics. It's politics. There was another great difference between Eric and Vince. And he says Eric had the savvy of a young Al Gore. I do know that he's not into politics.
That young ball of charisma.
Yes. Those savvy political instincts that lost him an election.
What does he say about himself? It's weird. I had the naivete of that innocent little girl who asked, how much is that gorilla in the window?
Yep.
Gorilla? I thought it was doggy.
I also flagged that.
Oh, come on.
I also asked that. I was like, why is he talking about gorilla in the window?
Yeah,
I'm telling you, he's a racist piece of shit, and that's what happened.
Is that maybe that's just a? You know, sometimes people say, "Oh, there's different versions of this thing." Maybe it is in his household. It's gorilla.
Eek.
I'm sure it was. Jesus Christ. Old Joe Russo.
So, bro, I'm just an innocent Eric. I'm an innocent little girl, and you are a savvy Al Gore.
God.
Again, what is happening?
That's why I knew from the start that guys like Hogan and Flair would eat me alive as ravenously as Jared eats his lunchtime Subway.
Oh boy.
And even though I was aware of it, the fact was there wasn't much I could do. I just really hate how Vince lives in this world.
Yep.
Oh, two worlds. Two worlds. Yeah, I don't like it. But Bill Goldberg, his power didn't come from politics. It came from fear. And he says that while Bill's critics would tell you that he couldn't work a lick, I tell you, who cares? To this day, I take nothing away from Goldberg. Nothing. Sure, there are those who will tell you that it was scripted, that he went out there and he beat everybody in the world in seconds. But remember, with each and every spear, he had to make you believe it. This is where I started struggling, because Vince is trying to explain how Goldberg is over, or why he's over.
Uh-huh.
But he doesn't want to do it so that, hey, you make guys win thing. So he's like, well, that's scripted. Everybody knows he's winning, though. It's fake.
It was the psychology of the spear. It looked so realistic, and that's why I got over.
I wrote, Vince fundamentally does not understand wrestling, and that's why he's bad at this.
Yep.
And how he thinks being over works. So he meets Goldberg, and I always perceived Goldberg as a regular guy. He was always no nonsense and told you how he felt. He wasn't afraid to disagree, and I respected him for that. But that has its limits. Goldberg was not in any shape or way or form a politician. The truth? Maybe he wasn't smart enough to be. Well, that's nice. He was no slick, flashy, smooth-talking Democratic donkey. Goldberg could get you. Hey, if you hate, yeah, exactly. Look, Vince, if you don't like politics, you don't like talking about politics. Why are you making these analogies, these metaphors? What do you want to say?
It's like Walter Mondale. Like, whoa.
Yeah, I know. It's like that. What would he? I'm trying to think of an offbeat politician at that time that he'd be like. It's like that somber Howard Dean.
It's got to be older. It's got to be Dukakis.
Okay.
I felt like Gary Johnson at the 1980 election.
I don't like talking politics.
Ralph Nieder. Let's see. So he wasn't that smart.
Remember him? Remember when he was going to save us all?
Yeah. From Ohio.
There's so many.
Who?
Nothing. Dennis Kucinich.
All those guys.
Right. He's a saint
Jeb.
around here.
Jeb, please clap.
He ran
Chris
again this
Christie.
year.
Did he?
It, like third party for some house seat. He didn't even get close to winning.
But Goldberg could get you in other ways. Again, everything you read here is strictly my opinion and my opinion only. I wish it wasn't the case. I wish all of a sudden it'd be like, hi, Ed Ferrara here, jumping in real quick. This thing's going off the rails. I see here Vince is talking about owning the Everybody Loves Raymond DVD set. Let's get back to wrestling.
Seasons 1 through 9.
He says, I have no intention of throwing anyone under the bus. And he can only tell you the way that I perceive people and why. And I'm sure if you spoke to them, they'd have a different spin. We're all different, and we're all going to have a different perspective. I wrote, fuck, I hate this. And this is where I was like, God, he's such a fucking worm.
Yeah.
Is that mean to say? Is that critical? Is that me critiquing his book? I'm just saying how he's come across in this book.
No, he's like basically saying like, I'm too much of a bitch to take criticism, so I'm going to put up my little I don't mean to criticize shield and hope that gets me through.
If you don't like me, that's fine. You should like me though, because I always respected you. But I understand we're two different people.
If you didn't like the show, you perceived it that way because you're different.
Has Amy ever said you're gaslighting me, Vince? Bro, I don't even know what that means. I felt that Hulk and Flair immediately needed to be fixed. This is bringing this up again. Right or wrong, that was my professional opinion. I also felt that Bill Goldberg needed his share of some tweaking. Let's face it, he'd beaten everybody so quickly for so long.
Yeah, that never gets anyone over.
And it wasn't that long. I mean,
yeah.
No,
it was a little over a year.
Yeah.
And they had cooled him off at that point, to the point where...
Yeah.
Right. Really, I'd only count him up to like the title win. So what, 6 months?
Yeah.
Forever.
So, and Vince just kind of says the product is not good. They're adding guys, they're splitting factions, doing very non-creative things. He's listening to the crowd. Bill Goldberg's not working anymore. We need to humanize this animal. We needed the fans to see a different side of Goldberg. That he was human, flesh and bone, just like everyone else. The only way that was going to be accomplished was by him losing. To take the character to the next level. You gotta see, Gus, you gotta see how Goldberg would deal with adversity. And who was going to hand him that loss? Big Papa Pump Scott Steiner. Goldberg hated it from the get-go. And not only that, he resented me for even coming up with it. I explained to him face to face. Yes.
What's going to follow, Goldberg is a goofball for. But he's acting like he's going to give Goldberg another streak. Goldberg was still wallowing when he faced Scott Steiner. He didn't have any momentum. Mm-hmm. So it wasn't like some grand culmination that Goldberg was finally going to get beat.
Yeah. Does that mean Vince is just...
It's just another job.
Yeah. Yeah, get over it, Goldberg. It's Goldberg. How long do you think he would have gone if he would have had his way? He just never loses?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Correct.
Well, Goldberg, that's just silly. It's fake.
Wouldn't you?
I'm on Vince's side.
Seriously, though, if you're in it for the money, and you're not a fucking mark, that's what you do.
It's too bad that nobody in the locker room was just explaining to Goldberg, just one person being like, well, no, you'll lose, but then this is how it'll work, and do the beats. Instead, you had guys like Kevin Nash, saying weird, just doing their own means to an end. Yeah, kind of. You're taking this too seriously, man. That's why I've got to beat you. Come on. I mean, he spent he was just this guy. He comes into wrestling, and immediately the worst political figures in wrestling are filling his head with gobbledygook, and it fucks him up.
Yeah, he didn't grow up a fan. He's not paying respect to the bullshit that is.
In that way, he's a bit more like a Bruiser Brody. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you have a Vince Russo walking up to you in his oversized baseball jersey. Bro, we're going to take your character, which is, mind you, and I don't understand that that's how you see it yet, but we're going to take your character, Goldberg, to the next level, bro, by losing that thing you hate so much. Good Lord. Bruiser Brody. Vince Russo, Bruiser Brody. Bruiser, you make it seem so real, bro, but we got to tweak your character a little bit.
You're going to come out and I'm going to call you Frank.
Frank got you, piece of shit.
Goodish.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Russo through the territories. Oh man, that's a whole fucking thing right
When he
there.
go, everyone in the crowd thinks they're not safe. Guess what? He's not going to do a goddamn thing. Because he doesn't have the balls. He's bringing his wife into it. Look at you.
Jan Goodich.
When is the last time that kid saw his dad? It's always the same shit. So Goldberg hates it. And not only that, he resented me for even coming up with the idea. Well, I explained to him face to face, man to man, is the best thing for the company. Bill vehemently disagreed. Bill was like, fuck off. And so he says, this is what Goldberg's problem. And Goldberg looks at Vince Russo and goes, if this were real, Scotty would never beat me. And I was like, uh-oh, Vince's eyes go crossed as his own logic is thrown back at him.
That's true. You know why I believe that line is because when Jericho talks about his fight with Goldberg, Goldberg uses the same logic.
Yeah. Vince, he uses Vince. This is real, and he thinks he can whoop everyone's ass. How do you respond to something like that? And I wrote, well, you call Bill Bush and you tattle, just like they did to you when you brought up the Tank Abbott thing. You go behind your back and you say, hey, this is stupid.
I have a workplace conflict. My safety is
Well, he goes, Vince goes, no, not only wasn't wrestling real, but I had to question whether or not Bill could legitimately beat Steiner. Now Vince is thinking. He's in his mind palette. Steiner versus Bill on a shoot.
No, let's talk about it.
Well, I mean, I assume I'm with Vince. Steiner would win.
Are we talking peak physical form?
No.
Or at this time in
At
99?
that point in time, that's why it's peak physical form. Goldberg's dead in 5 seconds.
Yes.
I don't know. Broken down Steiner, you think he can still get him down? Probably. He knows some tricks.
You know what? Steiner was an amateur wrestler, though.
Yeah,
He's gonna be able to. Yeah, Steiner gets.
I'm giving him all that.
Look, I'll
I'm
do
just
this.
saying.
I'm going to map it out. This is how it would go. Bill's going for the takedown. He's going for
Do you think
he's
going to
try
do
and barrel
that?
through him. Well, he's just trying to barrel through him and get him
Yeah.
down, right? That's when, and then Scott's going to lock up. He ain't going to give, and
Oh,
he's
yeah.
going. That's when he's going to grab a
I mean,
grab a
remember,
limb.
these are guys who used to hold. They would grab you in the locker room and then put their thumb in your ass and laugh about it, just holding you down because they could.
Well, yeah, and then you got to put in Rick's getting involved. Rick's grabbing a limb too. He's woofing in his ear when they get him down.
Woo! But not a figure four for some reason.
No, Rick Steiner.
Oh, I thought Flair was doing a run.
Flair's taking cheap shots on a down Goldberg. No, Rick Steiner's woofing. He's going. He's barking in his ear as he's got him. He's got his silly headgear on. The ear protection.
Man, now I'm doing the list of who would Goldberg actually beat in the WCW.
I don't
line.
think he could beat.
He did lose to Jericho.
Yeah, I was gonna say he
Yeah.
couldn't even beat Jericho, and that's why Jericho thought he could take Brock Lesnar. He's like, I'm 1-for-0. He thinks Goldberg's a shoe fighter.
I forgot about that. The Lesnar thing.
It's not the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
So Vince quotes that Scott, is a legitimate wrestling machine at Michigan. He was the real deal. Taking nothing away from Goldberg, I think Steiner would have killed him in a shoot. This is his book. At this point, I had no choice, and this is what he does it. He goes, I had to call Brad Siegel. And Brad Siegel, he's on the phone with Brad Siegel, and Brad Siegel keeps saying over and over, but it's not real. It's wrestling.
God, Brad's trying to do his goddamn day job.
Bro, I know. Brad had no choice but to fly to a Goldberg fly Goldberg to his office with Bill's agent. So he goes to this meeting, and he's in there with the agent, and he takes him a lot of. He's in this meeting. Goes right there. I knew that one day I would be writing about this, and no one would believe me. And Bill agrees to lose in the office. And he says when Goldberg doesn't get his way, he would put the fear of God in you. Through his stare, his snarl, his glare, the redness in his face, the veins popping out of his neck, he would attempt to intimidate you like no other person I've ever worked with. Let's see. I don't remember dates. I don't remember pay-per-views. And I don't remember venues. I only remember incidents.
Oh no, he's got Al Snow syndrome.
I did right. Someone check on Vince too. But he says this, I only remember incidents, and then I don't know if I had noticed it up until then. He starts saying, I remember this incident. Mm-hmm. I have a note here. Larry, break it down. I wonder what I was talking about. Oh, I think I know. Okay, so throughout my entire life, I've never cluttered my mind with details. Oh, you don't say, Vince. I hate the details. Details are never important to me, nor will they ever be. I'm a big picture guy. That's why Vince and I work so well together. I laid out the big picture, and he added his nuances.
Yeah, ever shit.
At the end of the day, you might not get a Picasso, but maybe you create a Warhol. That's where I wrote Larry, break it down.
That's
you're an art guy. Sometimes, look, when you're big picture, not about the details.
I think being a Warhol would be like just putting on like a Jerry Lawler match from the 70s for a Monday Night Raw.
Yeah.
Right? Something old, and you just put it on the fucking air and say, that's our product.
Yeah. But do you comment on it? It's not just a can of soup.
It's not just a Lawler match.
At the end of the day, you might not get a Picasso. So is Picasso better than a Warhol? He's saying Warhol's just is he like an art student? No, Warhol's just trifle, is pop. Picasso is the real art, but sometimes you don't get that because you need the details.
Okay, I guess
so.
What
are you talking, Vince?
I don't know. We're dumber for having had this conversation.
So despite the details, I'll never forget the day that Bill Goldberg was forced to do something he didn't want to do, lose a match.
Is that an option you have of blocking out details in your everyday life? He acts like it's a choice to not clutter my mind with details.
I've never liked clutter. The minute somebody gives me a detail, out it goes. It was hours before. Yeah, and when you say I only remember incidents, what does that mean? Life events? I remember the incident of my child being born, bro.
Couldn't tell you when it was, but it happened.
Who was involved? What day? Where? What hospital? No venues. He gets done having intercourse with Amy. Bro, this is going to be an incident 9 months from now. I'm telling you, bro. It was hours before the pay-per-view. I was doing what I usually do, making sure that the talent was as prepared as they possibly could be. This is Vince holding his back, going, sell the back.
Yeah.
With my production tunnel vision in full effect, I was interrupted by head agent Johnny Ace Laurinaitis. Johnny Ace had looked like he'd seen a ghost. He was a freaking ghost. I mean, he was albino white. Vince, you gotta go in there. It's Goldberg. He doesn't want to do the job. At that point,
they're not
I wasn't
Southern. The Laurinite, they're from Minnesota.
Was that Southern? Did I slip
in? He's been in Atlanta for a little bit.
Yeah. Have you tried the grits? I'm like a local here.
Okay, I like
They
this
serve
character.
me.
Yeah,
They served me sweet tea. He's this old and coming around to it all.
the Southern dandy Johnny Ace.
At that point, I wasn't scared. I wasn't intimidated. I wasn't panicked. I was just flat, fed up. You can't believe after that meeting now, Goldberg's willing to be a day of with no Brad Siegel around go, yeah, I'm not doing it. He can't believe it. And he's looking to take yours truly down in a blaze of glory. Genuinely pissed off at this point, he went to Goldberg's locker room. I immediately saw Bill sitting in a chair backwards,
What an asshole.
staring into space and breathing heavy, real heavy.
You know he had his hat on backwards too.
Yeah, no,
Yes.
there's no question. That's
He's getting into the zone of winning against Scott Steiner. He got so in the zone, he had a moment to tell Johnny Ace, I'm not doing the job. It was this trance that Vince is describing where he's like, oh, hey, by the way.
He's manifesting it.
Johnny Ace was like, you good to go, man? And he goes, not doing it.
What?
Until he gets out. Oh, no!
wearing a Winston NASCAR jacket.
Comes to Vince looking like a damn albino ghost. So Vince in his mind, he's also Goldberg's rocking motion coming across like a coiled cobra just moments before he's about to strike. So he goes face to face. I guess Vince pulls up a chair and also puts it back.
Oh, it's like Dangerous Minds.
Yeah, he pulls it backwards. He sits down. I'm thinking because he goes, I sat face to face with the breathing, snorting, coiled dragon. He said, "What's the problem?" And Bill's answer is deafening silence. He just began to snort louder and rock faster. Oh, this is so funny if it's true. Bill is like he's a serious person or considers himself a serious person. He's like, I gotta intimidate this Ryder guy, so I'm just gonna act like a fucking fiend.
Yeah, you look like an idiot pretty quickly. Like when you're like going on, like I would say maybe after the 8-second mark, it's kind of.
This is true because Paul called him out about it later in life. He was doing the same thing when he was mad about some decision, but Paul did the one thing he ever did in his life where he did are you mad? Are you good? And Goldberg did the
Wow.
yeah, I'm fine, and then walked off. But
See,
he said
again, corroborate. Jericho says Goldberg snorted and grabbed him by the throat without saying anything. So he does.
He does this
And
apparently.
then, remember he used to headbutt his locker before he came out and bust
Yeah.
himself open.
Yes.
Yeah. So he's amping himself up.
Yeah, I mean,
Vince is right. Vince is in the right here to do this, what Paul does, where you just call out the behavior. You're going, you're not acting appropriately.
Oh my god, I totally forgot. They're bringing him back for a program right now.
Yeah.
I forgot that's going on.
He's going to be the one guy that wins his retirement match.
Yeah.
God, what was that Rumble match
Who
where
are
he
they
gassed out?
programming him?
Yeah, I don't know who they're putting him in there with.
You think it's
Charlie
he's gonna
Dempsey.
Nathan Frazier.
Yeah, what do they have? Man, I feel like was it Dolph Ziggler's brother? Was it that was like Goldberg? His brother did one of the quick losses.
Yeah.
Kevin Owens did a quick loss. I wonder how those guys. Come on, let's get some on the record about how they felt about that. Bray Wyatt lost to Goldberg. How does Goldberg feel that Braun has a win over him?
I know. I'm trying to look at the match I'm
He was
thinking
weighing so heavily on his mind that he forgot about the defibrillator.
of.
Oh boy! Oh Lord! God. This is Trump's America.
McIntyre
Right.
Goldberg in the Thunderdome. It was 2 minutes 32 seconds. Goldberg is sucking wind at like 45 seconds.
Oh my god.
So he's rocking. He's snorting loudly and he's rocking faster. You're not Okay, wait. I blurted out without hesitation. He goes, "I'm not brave, or that stupid." But he goes, I blurted out, "You're not intimidating me. So if you're gonna hit me, and let's just get this thing over with."
Oh my god. Workplace de-escalation with Vince Russo.
Then he dropped the act and he goes, "I'm not gonna hit you."
Oh my god.
Brad Siegel's word was final, and he knew that. So he says, with all of his experiences with Goldberg, I guess I was just more disappointed than anything else. Because he's like, man, he was a nice guy. I had pleasant conversations with him, da-da-da-da-da. And you're going, okay, he's complimenting Goldberg, He goes, but here's the thing, we'd have these good talks, and then Goldberg would be burying me behind my back to whoever would listen. And that's the part. That's the part that hurts the most.
Yeah, it's almost like he didn't respect you.
So he goes, what? So he goes, WCW created
You know what I
monster
just thought of? I'm sorry, but you'll like it because it's a Norm thing. From Dirty Work, where after he's been in jail and he's supposedly been sodomized, he goes,
Yes.
You know what hurts the worst is the disrespect.
Yeah, the lack of respect. Rude. So he says, WCW created a monster in Goldberg. And he blames WCW. And he thinks Bill Goldberg has too big a heart. Because he brings up that they wanted Eric Bischoff, and Vince asked Bill Goldberg to turn heel a few months later. And he couldn't do it. And they asked him, why can't you turn heel for us? And Goldberg said, what will the kids think? And Vince
Could you imagine using that as an excuse at your job? Just if you don't feel like doing something. What would the kids think?
And Vince does this. Whereas many laughed at him, I truly believed him. So he wishes things could have been different. And then he goes, another WCW star with a temper was Scott Steiner, who I brought up earlier. I literally, writes it again, witnessed Scott Steiner foaming at the mouth as he went off on a female producer who gave him the wrong answer. And then he's like, well, here's the difference, Scott Steiner, between Goldberg and Scott Steiner, is that, he's doing a bit, and he's, Big Papa Pump in the locker room, and once you were onto him and you understood what he was doing, he would let you in on the joke. And I wrote, so what happened with this woman?
Yeah, this is cool business. I mean, what are we doing?
Well, with Bill Goldberg,
I'm just gonna act like an asshole to everybody, except if you look at me, I'll let you in on the joke.
Wink. I'm working her.
Yeah.
I called her. When I called her a cunt, wink, wink.
Yeah, I wonder what was the answer that Scott. What was the question that he had posed that he didn't like the no answer?
Okay. Goldberg, it wasn't a joke. It was real, and it was created by those who created him.
It's not that deep, dude.
It's Bill, and also not. What have we learned? I did one of those. So what have we learned? It's Bill's fault, but also it's not his fault. And also he wants to like him, and he wishes it was better, but he doesn't like him. And he didn't like him. I'm sorry. You ready for chapter 23? Are we doing this?
Yeah, we can in fact get 23. You know what I was gonna say, going back a ways, about the child, like doing angles with kids, right? As he likes doing.
Mm-hmm.
The one fucking TNA show. I know. I don't know how to phrase it better. Doing angles with the sons of wrestlers or personalities. The one TNA show I got, his kids are on there cutting a promo about how they don't see their father enough.
Oh yeah,
That's
right.
when I
He
knew I
does it
didn't
to
need to buy
himself.
anymore. Yeah.
And he's like, Amy, I just wrote the snake eating its own tail. Whatever that is. Auri about. I can't even do a how it's
Whoa.
Auri. Isn't Auri? What is the snake eating its own tail? It's Ouroboros.
Oh,
I'm trying to
okay.
say
I
like
didn't know
Vince.
what word you were trying to
I'm
say.
trying to say like Vince Russo. I'm trying to Ouroboros.
I don't know.
I just came off. Okay, chapter 23. Not the same guy. Just came off a 4-day road trip this past week. So he wants to spend time with his 17-year-old son, VJ. VJ's a massive ball of confusion. High school graduation is less than 3 months away. And he is at the point of trying to decide what to do with the rest of his life. And then he writes, I think he gets confused about where he is in life because he goes, like any other 20-year-old. I'm like, wait, oop. He's graduating high school. Why is he 20? I mean, he's 20 now. He graduated high school. And he's still kind of like this, maybe. Basically, the mountainous decision is taking its toll on him of what to do next. He spends a lot of time in his brother Will's apartment getting schooled philosophically by 4 20-year-olds who haven't got the slightest clue.
More like 420.
No, you know what? What is that 20-year-old comment? What the fuck does that mean?
I think he was 20 when he was writing this.
You think he went back and...
Because he says, my 17-year-old son, and then he goes, like any other 20-year-old.
Yeah, that's what's weird.
I think BJ's possibly 20 at this point that he's writing it.
I think he's 17 and he just misspoke and Will is 20.
Oh, you're right.
But you're right, he fucks that up. I don't know what the fuck he was thinking. Okay.
Well, he's also thinking about Will's, 4 20-year-olds who haven't got the slightest clue. My older son, Will, and his 3 roommates.
Why is this all so backwards? You already mentioned that, you know what I mean?
Yes.
In the sentence before, you mentioned the roommates.
Yes. And now here they are, his cousin Greg, and 2 others he grew up with in Atlanta. They're in that post-teen anti-establishment mode. At times, I really don't know if they truly is their mindset, or if the fact of the matter is that they just hate to work. It's that age-old, you guys are lazy. This is just a phase.
Isn't this the guy who was bitching about how his money was running out while he didn't have a job because he wouldn't do anything besides wrestling writer?
He's looking at Will and he's like, this is like when you lived in that apartment with those 3 other guys.
That's what I'm doing now.
Yeah.
At 47.
I could get used to this. Look at me, I'm generation millennia. On the surface, their arguments sound good.
Millennium.
Let's see. They'll find every excuse out there to not have to join the rat race and make a living. On the surface, their arguments sound good at times, but having been there, done that, they're just so unrealistic. They'll argue with the passion of the Christ. They don't need money. They loathe money.
That's a weird phrase. I've never really heard that.
I never heard it either. Heard of the story.
Yeah, but I've never heard someone having the passion of the Christ.
Yeah, no, it's the passion is the story of.
It's not even right. It's a different definition of the word passion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's just a fucking idiot again.
Correct.
Okay.
He saw that movie and was like, yeah, the passion that he has. They don't need money. They loathe money. They protest the ways of the world. One of their favorite movies is Into the Wild. And then he goes on to explain Into the Wild. He goes, I'm sure this film is their Bible. I'm sure it is for many kids that age who are too lazy to work. The hysterical thing about the movie is at the finish, since the guy has no dough, and the only thing around him is a moose. He's forced to eat shrubbery. Unfortunately, one of the plants was poisonous, and the dude was dead before his 25th birthday. But in getting back to VJ, as his father,
Okay.
all like what?
I don't know. Nothing.
You like that movie?
I don't even know it really. I mean, I've heard of it, but
Yeah, that's the movie. The kid was a dummy.
Dumb.
As his father, all I can do is listen and tell him that everything will be all right. The guy's just getting stoned with his brother and his friends. Vince is like, son, you're in a horrible spot right now. It'll get better. My instinct is to tell him that there's no need to worry because God is in charge.
cool.
VJ was talking to me about his outlook on life.
You know how quickly I would throw that back in Vince's face and be like, God
I
doesn't,
was just thinking the same thing. Like,
God doesn't want me to get a job.
The Lord works in mysterious ways, Father.
Walk out of the room.
So here we go. So I'm getting back to the time we spent together. VJ was talking to me about his outlook on life, the latest book he's reading, his cerebral take
Come on.
No Country for Old Men and what makes good music.
That conversation.
I'd never tell my own son this.
How deep do you think that discussion on No Country for Old Men? What did Vince Russo get out of that movie?
Hey, Dad, remember when Tommy Lee Jones at the end is talking about his dream?
Bro, what the hell was that scene about?
It's about life, bro.
You're blowing my mind.
I never tell my own son this, but his conversation is way over his old man's head. I mean, how did this kid turn out to be so smart when his father's a moron? I feel validated. I'm saying it the whole time. I just came off a road trip where the topic of the conversation were Adam West's Batman. Who's better out of the Three Stooges? Abbott and Costello or the Marx Brothers? And just how ignorant is Glenn Gilberti?
You know, I have a friend who will like send me text messages with like those kind of questions. And it's like that doesn't take the place of actual. I can't. No, I wouldn't block him. But it's just a inane conversation. It's, I don't know. You know, it's like who would win in a fight? You know, Daniel Craig's James Bond or Roger Moore's. I'm like, I don't know.
Rick. This guy needs to go on Reddit because I go to all the always like, what do you think this was? It's all fan fiction in their head that they're acting out.
Yeah.
VJ. Also, Vince thinks that he's like Vince right here is like, I'm a moron. These are my reference points, you know. And think about what he thinks about wrestling fans who watch what he writes. And he's like, I'm the dumbest motherfucker on the planet. He didn't say that, but maybe using it. VJ hits me with knowledge and wisdom. My instinct is to give him a Mo Howard finger poke right between the eyes.
Oh, God.
Between his diatribes about legendary black jazz musicians and what makes Woody Allen as great as he is.
Uh-oh.
Dad, have you ever heard of Sun Yi? That's what you think is good? No, VJ. VJ mentioned to me that he recently saw old clips of me on YouTube, and Vince was berating Mike Tenay while wielding a black Louisville Slugger. And his son looks at him and goes, "Man, Dad." He even does the man too. Man, comma, man, Dad. That was another guy. Today I am another guy. Wrestling fans, being the skeptics they are, will never believe me. Since I made the transition almost 5 years ago, whoa, he is a different guy. He's a girl now.
Yucca.
Wrestling critics are still trying to figure out my angle. How's Vince capitalizing on this financially? Don't misunderstand me.
He's not.
Yeah, I know. What does he say? Now, don't misunderstand me. I'm as much a sinner as the next guy. But he tries to let God shine through him every second of every day. And knowing that my own son sees a difference, that matters. You know, I get emails on a weekly basis, mainly from fans, who want the writing style of the old Vince to return. Well, the old Vince doesn't exist anymore. Neither does his writing style. Boys and girls, I'm not the same guy, and I can't write the same way I did 10 years ago. It's just not in me. Now, when he was talking about that period, he was saying he was writing like that just because that's what the people wanted.
Correct. And that was like his excuse too. Well, yeah, I believed in God, but I was just doing it because it's what the people wanted.
Now it's a different thing. Back in the heyday, the mid to late 90s, I was overflowing with you-know-what and vinegar. Milk? See, I couldn't even say it. He puts it in parentheses.
Yeah.
Vince can't say piss.
Nope.
My body was filled with such a venomous hatred. Big venom, get it? That it's even hard for me to explain. That overwhelming feeling of negativity came out in everything I wrote. Everything. Think about what he wrote. And Vince is now telling us, he was now giving people a slap. Now it's like he's like full of hate and fucking piss and vinegar. And it's all this negativity about how the world is and everything. He's writing down like he's fucking scratching into the paper. Then they do a bikini match.
That's how it comes off, is hating
That's
women.
what it sounds. Yeah.
You couldn't get them in high school, so now you're gonna debase them. They're all sluts. That's what what I mean. That's always the knock on them.
They're all whores.
Yeah.
I can remember an incident when sex, Sports Entertainment Extreme, was running rampant in the TNA. I winged a full water bottle as hard as I could at Dawn West. Literally as hard as I could. Dawn got out of the way. Vince can't even comprehend that he won't even do something like that. He could have seriously hurt someone who he honestly cared about. It's no secret why Mike Tenay hated me back then. Out of character, Vince considers himself a good guy with a good heart. But when the camera came on, his true feelings and his true emotions came out. And how he really felt inside. I just was like, I'm reading this, I'm going, you spent like pages talking about how you're actually a nice guy, you were acting, and that's why it was so good, because you acted so well. And it was just you turned up, and it was this, and it was that, and you don't really, and you're working everyone, you're not shooting, but you are shooting.
Even when he says he's a moron, doesn't he a few chapters back say, it's probably because I'm smarter than most people?
Yeah, he says something like a lot of jealousy is because somebody's smarter than your peers. Yeah. And he goes, that's why so many people bought into the character. It never came across as acting, because in retrospect, it wasn't. And he was showing you the mess he'd become. I'll never forget an incident that happened after I became saved.
What are you talking about? He's talking about like it's some transcendent stage performance. Turned himself inside out.
Yeah.
He cut
show you the
wrestling promos saying bitch and ass. He didn't
you bitch and ass.
Plumb the depths of his soul.
Yes. The violence. He says it here, the hatred, the violence, the pain. It's all there.
He's seeing it.
He's accessing it in his core, in his heart. That's why when you watch WCW television back then, you turn from the TV and go, shit, is this a shoot? Is he fucking shooting on me? This is fucking real. Holy shit. You never were saying, this is fucking stupid. I'll never forget an incident that happened after I became saved that clearly told me that something out of this world had occurred. Occurred? He's doing a small independent show for Derek Gordon, first and last. I generally refuse to do indies, but when I get the chance to go home, I pounce. Free airfare, that's what I wrote. Vince wouldn't usually pay out of pocket to see his family back home. Derek was all jacked up. The return of Vince Russo, the heel.
Here's a tweet from Derek Gordon from January 11th, 2023. My childhood revolved around WWE. My passion to be a part of the wrestling biz was because of WWE. And with one snap, it all comes to an end. Thanks for the memories. Hashtag RIP WWE. Hashtag WWE sold. And then there's like a Vince comic book character giving people the finger. And on his finger are rings that say WCW, ECW, AEW, and I can't make out the other one, but
Huh. So this guy was a Vince head.
yes.
The end of a dynasty, he's thinking. The end of an era.
He seems
Cool.
He seems problematic.
Yeah. So he's all jacked up that Vince Russo is going to be the heel on his indie show. Because that's how he was being shown on TNA television. Even as he says, but I was a baby face. Okay. So he's going to be a heel at this show. But when I got in the ring and did what he wanted me to do, so this guy's getting the blame for whatever Vince said at this indie show. Those were not his words. It clearly didn't go over well because then he was like, "I'm never doing this again."
When was he a baby face on TNA? That could not have been good.
No, yeah, it was. Even if it was probably like for like a portion of an episode or something.
Yeah.
I had to pull myself off future shows, turning down good money in the process. Because he knows that old Vince is not coming back.
I thought he was a good actor.
He's empty. All that hatred wasn't good acting. Now it's the hatred, and now he's empty. It's a gas tank. It's fuel.
It's method. He's method, and he can't do it if he doesn't feel it.
Yeah. So in the future, save the emails, the blood, the violence, the vulgarity. It's not coming back anytime soon. At least not from my pen. He's going to choose to fill the pages, the big empty white pages out there with stories that may enlighten you or, God forbid, make you laugh.
See, I read that sentence differently where he says, at least not from my pen.
Uh-oh.
The violence will come out other places.
Let's do chapter 24, Vertigo.
Oh, God. No,
think
it's
so?
too long. You're never going to get... Come on. It's like 10 pages.
It's a long one. It's about him getting concussed.
I know. That's why I think we need to devote time to it, and we probably need to watch it.
Okay. Should we watch it now or watch it? We want to watch it now? Watch that now.
I was trying to find AJ Styles using the F word on TNA, but I can't find it.
You're gonna have to. I could not find the match, the Ric Flair, Vince Russo match. I didn't want to. I guess I could have pulled it up on Peacock.
Yeah,
I didn't. I was looking for it. I looked for it on YouTube, and I was like, fuck it.
I did find another problematic clip. We'll end it with this. This is very... I don't remember this. I mean, I'm sure at the time it wouldn't have made news because it was kind of normal to say these words. Mm-hmm. Again, not to be woke. All right.
You don't want to do that. That's
we have current head of SmackDown creative, Brian James, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know what? He's asking for the microphone back.
Oh, no.
He had to say,
Hey, this goes for all of you who are politically correct.
Oh, shit.
Me, a gay bashing. I'm just about to beat the hell out of a faggot.
Wow. I think that's Lenny Lane.
I remember he was the one that had to tell on. It was on like a Paige Soraya. that he had to be the one to give her a talking to about like her language or something like that, or how she engages with people backstage.
Was that a Total Divas segment?
I think it was. I think it was. Was it based in reality? As Brian James, he's learned. He's been around.
Mm-hmm. He's probably going to be emboldened now.
Hey, I say, look, I think that Ric Flair Vince Russo match is like not even 15 minutes. Let's do it. Throw it up. Throw it up.
Okay, I can find it real quick. It's only 10:22 here. Vince Russo versus... Can you find me a date? Can you do that much work for me?
Hey, don't you know the steel cage match?
The steel
it's in November.
Oh, you're saying
steel cage match. Yeah.
I got it. 6/5/22. Okay. Right, cage matches backwards. Yeah, 6/5/22.
So when I said November, I was dead on.
All right. No, that's not what I want. Okay, WCW Nitro episode or season 6. So June 5th, 2000, right?
Yeah.
6/5/20. Okay. Goldberg versus Tank Abbott. We should watch the whole episode. Boy, I saw it came across my feed on YouTube. Tank Abbott, not like doing. He was talking to Hannibal. He's not well. He got like a new liver. He's got hair now. He's just a fragile old man. It's very sad.
Mm.
And Hannibal's like, "Would you fight Chuck Liddell now if he asked you to?"
Would they say? I mean, that would be insane. You're like whispering to both men, "It's happening. It's going on right now." They just start windmilling towards each other. Chuck's not going to remember this tomorrow.
Let me find it here. So I only have to watch one batch of advertisements. Oh, Stacy Keibler. And Kim Page and Stacy Keibler in a segment. Okay.
Vince. There's Papa Pump. He's got gals with him.
He was probably foaming from the mouth. Literally.
This is a long match for Tank Abbott. Oh, God. Sting's there.
Mike Awesome's cutting a promo. I'm sure that's really good.
Is he 70s fat chick?
I can't believe this show wasn't beating
Canadian.
TDP's out here. He's probably asking Mike Awesome if he's got anything for trade. Let's see. Bischoff.
Bischoff
we have 2 cage matches? This match is in a cage.
Gosh.
Who's he wrestling? Kidman? Or no, who is that? I don't know. Okay, here's Russo. Flair. Well, that seems like it's going a long time, buddy.
No. Look, go forward. Oh, there he is. That's not that long. Is it really that long?
No,
I feel like it's only 14 minutes.
It's okay. Yeah, it's not even 20 till the end of the episode.
I just want to see the actor Vince.
You know to check your school's saying first before
saying. Pull 2 bars out of him.
Oh, look, I got time. I'm going to run and grab some food for this.
God.
All right.
Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Oh, more ads? What the hell?
Alright.
Okay.
Yep. See, did that make it any better? No.
It's fine.
Okay.
No, I'm Scott Hudson.
There we go.
Turn it up a little bit.
Yep. I think it's wait for the music to end. Overdubbed, I think.
What is that picture they put him of Eric Bischoff in this magazine?
Maybe not. Okay. Yeah, that's not a good picture.
Vince must be running. He must be an editor on this thing. Look at his picture. And look at Eric's.
Oh, Christ.
Maybe that's my biggest beef with Scott Hudson is that he legitimizes Mark Madden instead of like just calling him a clown every second he has to work with him.
Oh.
You think Ric Flair wanted all of his family involved in this, like Vince said?
Yeah, big family guy. Bring Beth, the kids. Be good to spend some more time with Reed.
Look at that acting from Vince.
Yeah.
He's nervous.
He's going for a naturalistic type of acting.
He's not being hammy.
The
Rick's
kids-
wife
the
looks
kids-
right into the camera.
I was going to say something off color.
Oh, no. Remember, words don't have consequences anymore. So
I
it's
know.
fine.
He wanted this matchup. Is it really what he wanted? Did Vince Russo, a New Yorker,
Oh, there it is.
Oh,
Scott Hudson has the
stop.
marching orders.
World Heavyweight Champion? I think Vince Russo's mouth wrote a check his rear end couldn't pay.
That's a hell in a cell.
Klondike Bill's been working overtime.
He had to cut out for the ramp. Good job. Why is he working spots, bro? What are we doing?
Vince is doing that thing too where he's still unsure about where the ropes are, so he's looking behind him as he's getting backed up to be like, when are they coming?
Oh, I mean, he's terrible.
Oh, that chop is bad. That is bad.
Oh my god. This is your
Do we find out? Is he on Blue Sky?
this is your uncle at a cookout. You know what I mean? I mean,
Well, oh, the selling is bad too. He's like rubbing his chest and this is rough. Oh, he just drops like a sack of shit. It's crazy that he got a concussion because he didn't. Like the one time he was like forced to take a flight back.
there's fucking blood all over the mat.
Oh, so he says it wasn't that. It was the Russian leg sweep. Still waiting for it. Someone took a picture of this. The camera flashes.
Now
People are like, I want to remember this.
he gets hurt again when he gets speared through the cage, right?
Is that with that other match, the War Games match?
Maybe. I don't remember now. I'm sure he'll tell us.
Again, no one asked him to do any of this.
No.
Oh,
Nor is it what's best for business.
he goes into
No.
why he did it, and it's that fun Vince Russo logic.
Yeah. We had so much heat, bro. The sheets were writing about it.
Dave Meltzer in his musty office.
So say he is building
I don't
that.
even know enough about you to make fun of you.
Say he is building that. His whole thing is, I'm building, Ric Flair, Vince Russo. You'd think so. This is the blow off, right?
Mm-hmm. On Nitro.
And it's not even that. It ends with it's a screwy finish.
Yeah. Russo run the razor.
If you guys had to run the razor, would you guys go deep or would you go shallow and long?
Yeah, I wouldn't do the twist. I would do the short slit.
I'm doing the twist. If I'm doing it, I'm getting my money.
Mm. God.
David's in the ring.
Oh. Oh.
Wait, what's going on here with the kid?
Reed bit him.
I get it. Okay.
Why is Flair doing spots to David?
Oh, he can't even get up on time to get a chop. Oh, Rick's so disappointed right now. He's like, God damn it, he doesn't even have a motor on him.
I got over for that.
There you go. Dad, love me as he goes down.
He's a fucking statey now, isn't he? David?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
You dated who when you were a wrestler? Whoa. He's like, yeah, man.
This is madness. Madness, I tell you. This is Ric Flair.
I gotta bully Madden again. I gotta.
Find his blue. We need to invite him to Blue Sky just to bully him as soon as he arrives.
So Vince Russo was so good that they felt comfortable enough that not to have him wrestle in the match.
Should I sit on Mark, or maybe Gus, you could do it. Sit on Mark Madden's account, see what his Twitter handle is, and get it, because he's not on here.
Oh shit! Yeah, God, that feels like bad karma.
Well, don't post like Mark
Because
Madden.
the only mention is 11 months ago. Someone says, "Don't tell me Mark Madden is on here."
I'm gonna sleep on it. I'll see how I feel in the morning.
Oh, what are we doing?
He's climbing the ladder. Little kick there. Oh, he's trying to escape the cage. This is wrestling. Clap, 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 clap. This is wrestling. This kind of reminds me of the people that love NXT.
I'm surprised at the pop it's getting.
I mean, what is the audience here? These are the hardcores, right? By this point.
Yeah. There's probably 3,000 people in the building.
Clearly, this is what Tony Khan needs to do. Tony,
Hey, yeah, step up.
clearly this is the answer. Change course right now. So the ladder is down now. So Vince has got to drop. Oh, he drops down into a heap. Has a Russian leg sweep happened? Did we miss it?
I didn't see one.
That he says that's when he got the concussion in the match.
I don't even recall Ric Flair ever doing a Russian leg sweep.
Yeah, me either.
Maybe he means that other thing where he does hit the first suplex or whatever it is.
That knee drop thing?
Where he just kind of throws him backwards.
Yeah, the back suplex, maybe. I could see Russo thinking that's a Russian leg sweep.
Idiot.
Because I was going to say, oh, did he bounce his head earlier? But I guess that might have been it.
I mean, he's still moving fine. I mean, as well as he did in the beginning. But if you don't know how to take a bump, you're going to slam your head against the mat.
Yeah. And on the back suplex, didn't he just... Oh, here we go.
He did go
So
up
now he's
like a bag of shit.
Yeah.
I'm not going back to it, but...
Here we go. So now is the count, and I have the exact number. I do have the exact number written down.
Of how long he survives?
Yeah, I'll look ahead. We'll talk about it again, but I'll look it up here.
What are we doing here, man? This is forever.
Whoa. What is it?
Ric Flair has taken so much abuse. David Flair from underneath the ring. I guess he's been there all
1 minute, 14 seconds.
David backstage. We saw Vince talking to him on the phone.
Uh-oh, what's David giving him?
Under this ring. David is pulling Russo.
Oh. Just holding hands.
Giving him leverage. Which Vince is not even really grabbing his hand. He's just kind of flailing about. And they're both thinking, okay, why isn't this blood pouring down?
Oh, that's what we're waiting for. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, he talks about it, why he thinks it went wrong. Because the calling card of the new blood was to jump, and there it is.
Mm-hmm.
They looked vicious.
Yeah,
like,
no,
with
there
the
was
fire
some
hose.
sweet- Yeah.
He's gonna slip. Yeah. Oop.
And now he's giving his dad the figure 4.
Russo's okay. Not selling it too much.
He's doing, and then David counts 1, 2, a fast 1, 2, 3, and that's the end of the match.
What are we doing, man? What a weird substance that is, right?
Yeah, it's not. It's oily. It's oily.
Yeah. The fuck?
So they're all just kind of like sliding around.
Oh, and now the ref's counting? What are we doing? Remember, that's what happened on that
And
Nitro we watched when
Yeah,
Roddy Piper pinned Goldberg. And
and
became
the ref
the
is
champ.
confused.
Buddy
It's just a bunch of.
Rogers,
It's just
Steve
like red is
Fez,
covered in red.
Vern Gagne,
The ref is like ringing the bell.
Bockwinkel.
Now Vince Russo just kicked the ref as he's kind of just walking out. What is happening here? Oh, now he's collapsed. Now
Was
Vince
this the-
Russo's collapsed.
This
Is
wasn't
this the?
Was this the title match or no?
That's the main event. I think that's the main event.
But that's not where Russo wins the title, right?
No title was on the line.
Okay.
Drink that water bottle,
Let's see.
Kevin.
Okay. According to Cage Match, Vince Russo is a freelancer. He is a writer, and he's 63 years old. Let's see. Where did he won the title, right?
Yeah.
On that night, he won the title. Yeah, I don't know. He slips and falls, and they cut to
he
Steiner and
beats
Nash.
Booker T. Also in a cage in September.
Oh,
Jesus.
what is his?
Rounds.
What's the cage match rating on that match?
Now listen, his last match was in 2015 for IPW in the UK. In
Could you want?
Swanley, Kent, England.
Do you know his record here?
I can tell you. his
12
record.
matches, 7 wins, 2 losses, 3 draws.
Okay, good job. Hey, he wrestled.
What's his MMA?
Is Jimmy Havoc the
Yeah, he's a problem.
Okay, he was on Russo's
That match was
team.
9 minutes and 23 seconds long. Jesus Christ. Did that feel like 9 minutes?
It felt long.
What are the cage match reviews on this? 10.0.
1.71 for the show.
Real Yoshihashi. Bro, I've never vibed with an episode of wrestling TV on this level.
Oh yeah, I see him.
I have no words. Every 30 seconds, a new storyline is being handled. 2 cage matches in a row. One of them ended with raining blood. Kevin Nash murking 5 members of the New Blood in 20 seconds. It's insane.
Is this that show where Nash is power bombing guys and can't even bend over to pin them?
I don't. Probably.
Oh, that's so fun. I love that segment so much.
Raw is Jericho. Possibly the worst episode of wrestling TV ever. It was insane and stupid. Well, you got 2 insanes. This guy, hey, cage match, get this guy out of here. What is Lovey? 0.0. I have not yet watched this show, but I will. But the results, you can't review a match.
Yeah. Boo.
Match?
Bad faith review.
He calls them the Hogan brothers. He says match between the Hogan brothers. He thinks Horace was Hogan's brother.
Whoopsie.
Brother.
Match between Hogan brothers. I don't believe that
Hey,
everything
it's
could
a Mia Hulk.
I don't think this is his first language. I don't believe that everything could be that bad.
Update.
Oh, so he did. Okay, that's how he got away with it. Okay, he updated it. To quote Michael Cole, this show is vintage Vince Russo.
This guy's a problem.
Is this worthy of being dubbed the worst Nitro ever?
No. I don't know. Let's look at it. Chuck Palumbo, Stasiak, are they the perfect event?
No, the worst Nitro. Some of those, that one where it's like the weird, like just Hogan and Nash.
That was
like,
a weird one. That was a weird
A world
one.
tag team title match.
Shooting
ends by
guns.
count out.
Yeah.
Trying to fuck Tori for 25
Yeah.
minutes.
G.I. Bro.
Grab some chow.
G.I. Bro defeats Billy Kidman in 1 minute 53 seconds.
And he had 4 people in his corner.
Yeah.
5.
Captain Rection,
No, it's
Corporal
huge.
Cajun,
Huge
Lieutenant
erection.
Loco, Major Guns, and Major Stash. Okay, look at this. See who doesn't make sense right now. Billy Kidman's with Juventud Guerrera, Conan, Rey Mysterio Jr., and Disco Inferno. Eric Bischoff defeats Terry Funk.
Wow.
8 minutes, 30 seconds. Scott Steiner defeats Vampiro. Goldberg defeats Tank Abbott in 2 minutes.
God.
Takes him 2 minutes. Then Sting defeats Jeff Jarrett in 2 minutes. Some of these you can't even rate on a cage match because they're under 5. Diamond Dallas Page and Miss Hancock defeat Kimberly and Mike Awesome. Oh, that's what was going on there. Okay. And Hulk Hogan defeats Horace Hogan in 3 minutes.
The Hogan brothers collide.
And then the last match.
Yeah. Oh, right here, Gauntlet. Okay, so that wasn't the main event. The main event was the Gauntlet match: Kevin Nash versus the New Blood, Big Vito, Chris Candido, Chuck Palumbo, Disco Inferno. Disco Inferno was a New Blood.
Read the results though. Nash beats Inferno in 8 seconds. He beats Candido in 25. Sonny the Bull at 30 seconds. Big Vito at 47 seconds. Ray at minute 2. And then Stasiak, he couldn't get the Duke over. It was no contest.
God, that's so stupid.
So in total, the main event is 2 minutes.
Why
long.
didn't where was Mike Awesome, Shane Douglas, and Vampiro?
Wait. Did Stasiak go over because of Russo's stupid son thing?
I guess.
He's the son of Stan the
Oh
Man.
my god. Fuck.
What an asshole.
I used to love seeing Stan the Man. All the Polacks in New York loved him. God.
I think you're thinking of Ivan Putski.
No, Stasiak was too, I believe.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that tracks.
I want to see. Oh, you can rate him as a there's
How did
ratings.
Scott Putski do under Russo?
He brought him in 97.
What is up with all these German people? There's all these
Maybe
reviews
I am
of
imagining
him.
that. I apologize. I don't know why I thought he was a Polish guy. I am thinking of Putski.
Cage Match it originated as a German site.
Yeah.
It was for
Okay.
catch.
Well, there's a lot of them that
Kevin Nash.
that love Vince Russo.
Oh, I was gonna say Kevin Nash besieged Disco Inferno.
Yeah. And this one here says, 10.0 from 7/8/2014. As it says in the interesting facts, a misunderstood genius, Russo is an incredibly good writer. I personally think that Russo, along with Vincent and Farrar, were one of the reasons the unique attitude era, says another person. First class booking. These people okay. You may have messed up a lot as a booker for WCW, but to be honest, I've never been interested in this league.
There are younger people who didn't live through it who romanticize the Attitude Era. They buy into the Russo shit.
Oh, here we go. Can you get a hold of this, Gus? I would also advise every Russo critic to watch the Ultimate Insiders DVD with him and Ed Ferrara.
That's the one I owned.
Okay, there he honestly admits to some mistakes and also seems anything but smug or maniacal.
I don't know about that.
I find it terrible. By the way, this username, Hole. I find it terrible how Russo is sometimes accused of things that he wasn't even responsible for.
Thank you,
Thank
VJ.
Thank you, Hole.
BJ and Will. And
Oh, what's this? Yeah, no Country for Old Men #1 fan? Most successful writer in the history of the business. And we should have gone through these earlier. Okay, where's one that's just middling? 5. Between genius and madness, between trash and classic. He always tried everything and tried many new things. Between genius and madness. Oh, look at this one too. Are these bots? Another 5. Genius and madness in 1.
Sean Stasiak is a chiropractor now.
Mm-hmm.
In 2007, he received a certificate in manipulation under anesthesia from the Academy of Physical and Manual Medicine in New York.
Okay, did he use Genius and Madness? There's multiple Genius and Madness references.
Oh,
Did he use that or did it get described as that at one point?
I have no idea.
Is that in this book, Between Genius and Madness?
Sounds AI to me.
There's all this, over the years, there's all these people that come back and go, hey, Between Genius and Madness, this what's up?
I think it's bots.
It's a lot of German. Can't read it. Can't read. Vince Russo is das Personifizierte Armageddon Ragnarok der WCW. Was dieser Mann an Storylines und Angles verbrochen, hat ist unglaublich. Und nun muss entscheiden. Ach, TNA und Russo Eisberg zerschellen. Ich hoffe nicht, dass ich so weit komme.
You know what you should do is you check out Otto Vance's rating. I bet it's through the roof.
I like this one. Auf Vic Venom in guter Columnist. Als Booker at WCW zu graben Gürtel tragen. Wordos selbe mit.
All right, we're done. We've devolved into reading cage match reviews.
Yeah, das ist nicht so good.
Die Attitude.com.